Hey everyone, welcome back to Drive It Out. My name is Adam and we are at the 2024 Chicago Auto Show. I'm so excited that you're here to check out some of the vehicles with us. There's some 2024s here and some 2025s even, but this one here is a unique little truck that I'm kind of a fan of, and I wanted to show you guys. This is not just your regular Ford Maverick. This is a Ford Maverick Tremor. So let's talk a little bit about the Ford Maverick because I kind of want to compare it to another truck that is here, and you'll see why. So this is a unibody pickup truck. This is a small pickup truck that is not on a traditional body on frame setup. This is a unibody, and there is another truck out there that's like that. That is the Hyundai Santa Cruz that is also sold here in North America. So if you're looking for a small duty, like a low duty pickup truck, a light duty pickup truck, that's the word I'm looking for, this is definitely where you're going to be shopping. But the Ford Maverick has some things unique about it that really make it a game changer. Number one, let's talk about the starting price. This is a vehicle you could still has a base price below $24,000, brand new. All right. Now this one here in particular, this is a higher trim level, and this one has the Tremor package, and that's really what I was drawn to talking about it. So this is going to have more of an off-road setup. So what you get with the Tremor package is you're going to get a higher ride height, and you're going to get a suspension that is tuned differently for a little bit more off-road capability. You obviously get these all-terrain tires here, and it looks really sharp. I actually really like the way that the Maverick looks when it's lifted a little bit. Now you're saying, you know, it's not a real truck that you would lift. No, it's not trying to be. This is trying to serve a purpose in a market where you need something that is small, but also has a little bit of toughness to it. So again, unibody construction. This isn't going to be the greatest off-roader in the world, but it is going to be more capable than a regular Maverick. So here, let's see, you're shopping small pickup truck. What are the advantages of a small pickup truck? Well, first of all, you've got a 4.5 foot bed back here. That's not very big, but they've done some things back here to help you kind of expand its use. So you're going to have a smaller vehicle that maybe is easier to park, easier to fit in places, but it's going to try and maximize its ability as best that it can. So while you only had that 4.5 foot bed, they've put some good accessories here, and you've got these sliding rails for hooking things up. You do have a little bit of storage in the side over here and some power here, some good LED lighting. It's really sharp. Well, I like the way that they've got it set up with these extra rails here above the bed, and it looks really tough. So if you are shopping for a small pickup truck, I don't think you should look past the Ford Maverick. Now again, you know, we've talked about how it is a small truck unibody. You think maybe that means it gets better gas mileage. Well, you do have the two powertrain options, right? You have a 2-liter EcoBoost, right? You can get with all-wheel drive. That is what this is going to be. You have to get that if you want Tremor. You've got to get the 2-liter EcoBoost. But if you're not going to get the Tremor package, you don't care about all that, maybe the extra off-roady stuff, you can get that 2.5-liter hybrid setup if you want. So, but I tell you what, if I'm shopping for a Maverick, I'm looking here. I like the way it sits up a little bit more and just looks a little more tough. It has a little bit more chops, I think. But this one specifically, the color is beautiful, and look at this, they have even done some dark blue on the interior. I have not seen that in many vehicles for some time. I think the last vehicle I was in that had a dark blue interior was a Porsche Boxster, and I actually think this is looking really sharp. Check out those seats with the nice stitching that they've done. Kind of got that orange accent. It says Tremor on the seats. They've done a nice job here. But I tell you what, the Ford Maverick has been out for a few years now, and it kind of made a big splash when it came in, but I think it's only getting better as it sticks around. And I have to say that this Tremor package really does it for me. There's a time and a place for a much bigger truck. I get that and I understand that, but if this is what you're shopping for and kind of looking for something to be a do-it-all, right, then maybe the Ford Maverick is it. But you know what? Hyundai makes a vehicle like this, and it is called the Santa Cruz. Let's go check that out in comparison and see what you guys think. All right guys, so now we are over here in the Hyundai booth and we are looking at the Santa Cruz. Now, when you're comparing the Maverick and the Santa Cruz, they have many similarities, but there are some key differences. First of all, the styling is obviously a completely different attitude, right? This vehicle looks very good, very sharp, but it doesn't look necessarily aggressive like that Tremor like that Tremor did on the Tremor package did on the Maverick. But let's talk a little bit about the recipe here. It's similar, right? It's a unibody pickup truck, small pickup truck, light duty, but it looks really sharp. It's going to be able to fit 5 people. So come on down the side here, let's check this out. This color I'm really digging. How are you feeling about Hyundai's latest styling that they do on some of their vehicles? They've really got these creases here on the side. It's kind of a love it or hate it thing for some people. And I think on the Santa Cruz is about the only place that I can say I really, really love it. It provides that edgy, kind of tough look to the side that this kind of needs with being something with a truck bed. But come around here to the back and we're going to talk about the main differences functionally that you have with the Maverick. So this is just a tiny bit shorter bed, just a couple inches shorter. But now this is a limited trim, so we have that nice soft close or soft opening tailgate. But one thing that is different is you have some storage here under the bed. That's pretty decent storage. I'm liking that, how you can kind of hide things under there. You don't necessarily have to cover the bed the whole time. But like the Maverick, you have good LED lighting back here. You have some storage on the sides. Now, this one here has this unique thing where you can actually pull on this rope to get that cover back here, so you don't have to come around to the side of the truck. You're just hanging out in the back. You pull it back, and then you do the handle to stick it back there. But again, small bed. It's a couple inches shorter than in the Maverick. That Maverick is 4.5 feet. This is just under that, but it is very similar. But the surprise that they have up the sleeve here is that storage underneath. So continue to come around here and let's look at the interior a little bit. If you are looking at a small pickup truck, you saw that I was in the back of that Maverick. This is very similar dimensions back here. So hopefully you don't have the tallest, most long-legged driver in the world to sit behind, but I can still get in and out with no problem. I've got my own vents back here. The back seat of the Santa Cruz is a pretty nice place to be. I don't mind it at all. But let's look at the front. So remember that Maverick had that really cool blue interior. This is more of a sea of black here on this. Again, this is a limited trim, but it's kind of got that interior that's built around looking good for a long time. Black interior kind of does that to you. You don't have to worry so much about the scuffs and the scratches and everything. But what they've done in here is they've kept you a decent blend of screen and buttons, but you know, you've got haptic feedback buttons in here. That's not always my favorite thing because you still have to look down to touch them. But I really like the sleekness of the Santa Cruz. It's something you can claim that the Maverick doesn't really have. But if you're shopping the two, you can't help but cross-shop these vehicles. So I really just want to talk about, it's a styling exercise. What is the styling that you are into more? Do you like the Maverick more? Do you like the Santa Cruz more? I don't know. But the final thing that you have to think about is the powertrain. Remember, with that Maverick, if you want that Tremor option, you've got to get the 2-liter EcoBoost, that turbo, right? And that's nice. You're going to get 250 horsepower. That's a good, solid powertrain. But you can also get a hybrid in the Maverick. You can't do that here with the Santa Cruz. The Santa Cruz offers that 2.5-liter 4-cylinder. If you get the non-turbo version, it's 191 horsepower, which compares straight over to the similar Ford Maverick, the 191 horsepower with that hybrid. But you can go turbo here on that 2.5-liter, and you can go all the way up to almost 300 horsepower. You're just under that, and you're over 300 foot-pounds of torque. And I tell you what, Hyundai's pretty good about their driving dynamics, so I imagine that's going to be a little bit more fun to drive than the Maverick that is like. But which one do you like? These are definitely something that you're going to cross-shop if you're looking for a small pickup truck. A small pickup truck these days, again, is different than it was 20, 30 years ago. Those were still body on frame, many of them. This is different. So what are you looking for? Which one are you going to pick? The Maverick or the Santa Cruz? I was 100% Santa Cruz until I saw that Tremor, that Maverick with the Tremor. It really adds something to that, and I really like the way that Tremor looks. It's a much more substantial truck to my eyes, so I'm into that. So anyway, I'm here at the Chicago Auto Show. Thank you so much for checking this out. There are a lot of awesome reviews we're able to get here. There's 2024 vehicles, and there's even some 2025, so check out those other videos. This has been Drive It Out, and I will see you guys in the next review.